This is absolutely huge. There is no doubts about it. This is a very big weekend for Manchester City's season. It's a chance to go 3 points clear, especially after Liverpool dropped 2 points last night against Spurs, drawing 1-1, which was huge. It was absolutely huge. And of course, it changes massively the complexion of this game. And I'm very excited. A little bit nervous, but excited, apprehensive, confident, scared. All the emotions, all the time. Hello to everyone who's joining this video. Of course, this is my preview of the Newcastle game later on today. I thought I'd do it live because I'm heading down to the game today. So I thought I'd chat to you guys because I won't be chatting to you live during the game and talk about this game of football. Before I do that, it would be very nice if you all do me a massive favour. Oops, that's kind of gone in the wrong place there. Please do go and click the link in the description and download OneFootball or scan that QR code next to my face. It is a wonderful app with all your Manchester City news, all your transfer goodness, all your updates from across the world of football. It was actually OneFootball yesterday that alerted me to United getting beat 4-0 against Brighton, and I was sat there smiling, which made me jump online and of course celebrate in all that glee. So if you want to stay ahead of the game and keep up to date with the news across the world of football, download OneFootball, scan the QR code, or click the link in the description below. Help support my channel. Get a great app. Love your life. It's a wonderful app, I promise you. Download OneFootball right now. You'll be doing a wonderful thing. Like Manchester City are a wonderful thing. Hello to Thomas Pedersen in the chat, Buster Gina. Hello to Conquest 5, Samuel Longstreet, Monamella, Sheriff and Thomas Brown and everyone else in the chat today. Reese McArdle, Erden and all you guys. It's good to see some people here already. So there's absolutely no denying that this game is a really important game. For the context of this season, if I'm being honest, we've been given an opportunity here. And the reason I was excited last night and went live, because one, I was just giddy. But two, because this wasn't about me being more confident that City win the league. It was actually about the opportunity and the sense of space that suddenly emerged. This is an incredibly, incredibly high-pressured game. And last night, Liverpool, mercifully, gave us a little bit of breathing space. And when you get that, of course, that is a very, very good thing, a very positive thing. And I really do feel a massive lift, massive weight off my shoulders for that, because we did need this little bit of space, this little bit of hope, a tiny opportunity to go out there and play with a tiny bit of freedom. Now, I've got no doubts whatsoever that this City side would have been good enough anyway and motivated enough, because they're Manchester City. And I know we had a setback during the week, but largely this City side are absolutely excellent and have proven it over the past few years that they know how to pick themselves up and go again if they suffer a setback. This City side have never, ever bothered me in that way. But having said that, you know, there are people who will doubt them. It'll happen every now and then. Even right now in my head mentally, because of the bruising of the other night and because things seemed to go well last night for Man City, I am still thinking, oh God, how is it going to go wrong now? It's human nature to feel that way. It's human nature to not get too carried away because you fear the worst. You fear that if you let yourself get excited, the disappointment and the pain, well, one, it'll be your fault, and two, it'll be that much harder to handle. Those things aren't true. It isn't your fault if you enjoy Liverpool drawing. Of course, it's huge, man. It's a relief. And it probably might be more painful, actually, so that might be true. But it's human nature to enjoy those moments. So that's why I was so giddy last night. I'm hoping that this is seen as a big opportunity for the City players. I'm personally quite reassured. The press conference quotes from Pep Guardiola since the Real Madrid game have been electric. The guy's been absolutely on fire. The one thing that's really stood out to me about Pep Guardiola's conference quotes is that this is a guy who's really, really leaning into Manchester City life here. He's making these little kind of like snidey agenda quotes, which I love, talking about how everyone hates Man City and how everyone wants to discredit us and we aren't giving the credit we deserve and all this kind of stuff. He's really, really like leaning into this idea that everyone hates Man City. And I think he's starting to feel like one of us, very defensive of everything he's achieved here, very defensive of his colleagues and his players and what he's built at Manchester City. And rightfully so, man. Genuinely. I love that. So hello once again to a few more people in the chat. Sean Fogarty went to Sterling Brace today, hopefully. Christian Cosgrave is feeling good. And Dylan Blacks is apparently tripping in Wilson or back in Newcastle. I'll get on to them in a bit, but there are some rumours about that. But yeah, I love Pep too, Rube. I absolutely love Pep. I mean, I love that he's obviously starting to feel so defensive and so emboldened by Manchester City. You've got to bear in mind that I think he just loves this club now. You've got to bear in mind that he's been here longer than he was. When he completes his contract, he would have been at Manchester City for the entire combined length of his spells at Barca and Bayern. People forget that. So this idea, once again, do you remember when he joined, everyone was like, oh, he only stayed 3 years, then he goes, because that's what he did those two. I always said to that, no, there's no pattern there. You can't get a pattern from two incidences. You need a third to then assess it. And what's happened is that he stayed at Manchester City longer than anywhere else, combined by the time he gets to the end of the next season. And he probably will extend his contract again. It shows you just how much this guy cares about this team, man. And I love that. And I get the sense that he absolutely wants to use this as a chance to prove the world wrong after people laid into Man City intensely after the Real Madrid game. Of course, it was a hugely disappointing night. Of course, it was a hugely frustrating night. But he's smart enough and intelligent enough to know when to question these players and when to understand that sometimes the world just fucks you over a little bit. And it was a little bit of both. It was a bit of where maybe we made some mistakes here and there, but ultimately, football can just football. Sometimes you 93-20 someone, sometimes you get 93-20, as someone said on my comments, and I love that quote, by the way. I can't remember who said that, but it was a great quote that I saw at full time against Real Madrid, and that sums it up perfectly, man. So today is obviously a chance for a redemption. The one thing I do know about these players is that they are the exact kind of players that do not like their ability being questioned. I'm almost certain Guardiola will be sat there trying to motivate them, trying to get them going. But there's an element of professionals and winners don't really need motivating. And these Manchester City players, despite what some people may think, they are winners. Look at the trophy haul. We've won about 10, 11 trophies in the Guardiola since he came. We could be on for 4 Premier League titles in the past 5 years, which is absolutely astonishing. So you can't doubt this team's commitment, man. You can't doubt their ability to get themselves back up on the feet again. And I think today, the senior players in this team, the leaders, will be telling these Manchester City players that they do have to get out there and they do have to do it for the fans today. And the best thing is, I expect the Etihad today, and I can't wait to get down there today. I expect the Etihad will be rocking. And I think the City fans ultimately know that the best way to deal with the Champions League disappointment is just brush it off, get back up on your feet and crack on again. And I think the atmosphere will be rocking. I think the City players will sense blood. And I think they'll really want to go and prove the world wrong. I'm hoping they will, man. I'm hoping they will. Because I think this kind of game, I think it is self-motivating. I am nervous, don't get me wrong, but I think it is. And of course, we've got Newcastle today. Newcastle are a team who are in good form, other than when they played recently. Liverpool, and they keeled over. Absolutely keeled over. I'll try and get on the other screen now. 1 second. I'll get their results up now. 1 sec. There we go. So there's Newcastle's recent results. I might have to do a little bit of editing on the go. So they lost to Liverpool 1-0 the other day. Before that, they beat Norwich City 3-0 away from home. They beat Crystal Palace 1-0 at home. Leicester 2-1 at home. They beat Wolves 1-0. Then they did get smashed to Tottenham 5-1 away from home there. But largely their form had been pretty good. I'll click on the Norwich game there and I'll get that up and look at the lineups and who scored and so on. And this is how they were playing in that game there. I've just got to move it around again there. John Linton scoring a couple of goals there with Bruno Guimaraes. I can't pronounce that, I'm so sorry. The guy who's in the thumbnail, a fantastic player and a genuine superstar that they've got there. Fair play to him. They've got a real high quality player there in their team. He is the guy we have to pay attention to. Joe Linton's been great recently. St. Maximin, he's just vibes and energy and skill. Willock's a really good player as well. Longstaff is going to work. I nearly went to Rihanna then for some reason. They obviously got Lascelles, Dan Burn. Target's been a good signing. There are rumours that Callum Wilson might be available today, which would be a huge boost for them because he's a good player. And Kieran Trippier is nearly back in the team and potentially available. So that's a boost for them. It doesn't mean they will play today, but they've got good players basically. And I think Eddie Howe, to be fair to him, I sort of doubted him. So I've been really impressed by what he's done. They are playing good, at the moment. They're a good side. They are earning their victories. This is how they lined up against Leicester. And looking at the stats there, they deserved that victory against Leicester. They did, 16 shots against 8. Against Leicester, this is how they lined up. Chris Wood was through the middle. St. Maximin, Joe Linton in midfield again, where he's obviously been reinvented. Bruno Guimaraes scored both goals. A wonderfully gifted player once again. Target. Almiron, he's the kind of guy who'd have a good game against us. Almiron. Schlar, Dan Burn, Dubravka. So we know that they are a very good side. Let's go over to the Premier League table. Let me just have a look at it there. Obviously, Liverpool are now currently top of the table by goal difference of 1, which shows why we do need to absolutely, hopefully, smash Newcastle. I'll take just 3 points. I'll take a 1-0 today, of course. But if we win and if we get, a few goals, all of a sudden we are 3 points clear with better goal difference. And that is a bit of a buffer. It's breathing space. And that is absolutely huge with 3 games left. There's a chance that Man City may drop points, and it could be today. Hopefully it isn't. But either way, that is God, I hope we don't drop points today. But either way, it's nice to know that we've got a bit of breathing space there. Newcastle currently sat down in 13th, I think. Newcastle, their season's essentially over, you know. They are pretty chill. So they won't be too anxious about this game, really. I mean, obviously, Newcastle will feel like, you know, they haven't got anything to prove as such, but they'll feel alive today for this game. I feel like they were so poor against Liverpool that I'm expecting them to be better against us. I really am, unfortunately. But, you know, I think the City players, they will answer this challenge. In terms of the lineup on that, let me get over to here. We'll build a lineup together. So I need to once again line this up here. So this is the current, let's have a look. I've got a little bit of information here on screen. So we'll work it out together. So in terms of the team news, I think Kyle Walker isn't likely to be available. John Stones is probably not available. There were some concerns about Laporte, but I think he's probably going to be all right. So I don't think it'll be... I think it's just those who are really missing out. I mean, some players were very, very tired after the other day, so we might see some changes. Having said that, I got a feeling I think we'll just see pretty much what Guardiola would deem the strongest team and go, you got 4 games left, you got midweek, then you got the weekend, and after that, you've got a week off, so just absolutely go for it. So it's going to be it's going to be Ederson in goal. So I'll put Ederson in goal there. I think left back, who do you reckon is going to be a left back? Zinchenko or Ake? I think it's going to be Zinchenko. It could be Ake, but I think it will be. It's going to be, in my opinion, Laporte, Diaz, and I think Cancelo will be over at right back. I think it's going to be that. I mean, that to me seems the most likely defence of all the ones. It could be Ake, maybe. Ake might get a game, but I think it will be Zinchenko. Ake could play in defence. That's true. Some people say maybe he plays at centre-back. Abubakar saying maybe at centre-back. I'm tempted to play Ake in this game, but we will see. Fernandinho could play. I mean, obviously I want it to be Rodri, with all due respect to Fernandinho, you know. I want it to be Rodri there, and I actually think it will be. He was knackered and feeling a bit unwell apparently after 99 minutes, but I think it'll be him. De Bruyne came off early, which means he's going to play. He didn't have his best game. He looked knackered. It's going to be that. And I actually think it will be Bernardo again. There is a chance, of course, that it could be Gundogan because he didn't play the other day, but I still think it'll be Bernardo, man. I think it's going to be that. Grealish, in my opinion, is almost certain to play. I think Grealish will. I think Jesus will start, and I think it's going to be Sterling. This is what the team I think it'll be, which means Foden and Mahrez on the bench for this game with Gundogan there too. That's what I think it will be. I might be wrong. I absolutely might be wrong. We might see a little bit of a rotation. Some people think it could be Sterling for Jesus. Foden, Jesus, Grealish, says Buster Gina. This is my guess, not what I would do. It's just my guess, of course, what from Guardiola. Mo reckons Grealish, Foden, Sterling. Zetanis reckons Gundo. It could be Gundo. I think it could be Gundo for Bernardo, potentially. It could be Gundo goes there, you know. Obviously, Mahrez could be there. We could see Foden as a false 9 potentially or something like that, you know. It could be that. It might be, I don't know. It could be that. Tucker, well, thank you very much. My wife's good. The baby's not there, of course, yet, but the baby, the in utero baby, is going to his first ever Man City game today, which is very, very sweet. Nicola's been trying on all my City shirts to pick one to wear to the game today. So if you see us at the game today, please do say hello. We're a very friendly bunch. So yeah, our unborn baby is going to his first ever City game, so I'm very excited for that. It's going to be very, very sweet. Thank you for asking. He might go with the front three he played at Watford, which was is obviously Jesus through the middle, and it was the front three for Watford was Sterling, Jesus, Grealish. Yeah, it could be, man. It could be that. It could be that. That's very possible. But I think he will go for this. This is what I think he's going to go for, personally. I could be wrong, of course, but this is my guess of the Manchester City side. So, Steven Jr. will win his first win. Hopefully, our little baby will witness their first win. That would be nice, wouldn't it? That would be huge for Man City today, because we do need a 3 points. We absolutely do, man. Like, there's absolutely no dressing this up. For what it's worth, I do trust this City side. I actually do. I think they'll be really motivated. Look, there's nothing left to play for other than pride, man. And I think largely you've got to consider that winning the Premier League is always a very good season. Especially, like I was saying this last night, everyone will say, oh, you only won the Premier League, man. Look, if we win the Premier League this season, if we do, you've got to consider that everyone is saying this is Liverpool's greatest side of all time, potentially the greatest side of all time if they get the quadruple. Do you know what? If you get the quadruple, they are a fucking insanely good side, so fair play to them. But if we manage to beat into the Premier League title, what does that say about how good this Man City side is, you know? That just shows you just how incredibly good they are. Excuse me. That shows, how wonderful this Man City side they are. So you have to give them the credit for that alone, man. Like, if we do manage to get there, then we've obviously been a really impressive side too. And yet people will still downplay this Man City side because we've only won one trophy this season if we manage to do it. I did see Klopp getting very upset last night. I really like Klopp as a manager. I think he's a great manager, but he's a right crybaby. Genuinely is. I think more than most. And I know Guardiola can be weird every now and then. I'm not denying that, man. But he's just a little bitch sometimes. It's the best way you can put it, man. Like, you've got a world-class team. You're doing incredible things. Stop being such a sore loser. Have a little grace. Magnanimous as always, Klopp. But he's a very good manager, and maybe that's what gets the best out of his players. He's emotional. But that's what he is, man. He's just he's a very good manager, but we know he's a crybaby. Like, he's literally the moodiest guy in the world after dropping any points. It's like, stop it. You've got life so good, man. Just chill out and don't be such a sore loser. Just credit the other team and say they worked really hard. They made it difficult for us. They defended really well. I understand why they have to. Do that. Don't be like, oh, they've got world-class players and they just defend. Like, come on, man. Come on. And Pep doesn't do that. He absolutely doesn't. Pep gets weird in other ways. I'm not going to lie. Pep does get passive-aggressive. I'm not going to sit here and pretend he doesn't. But he doesn't do that. If anything, he always like overpraises the other teams. Like he does, which is always interesting. But either way, it works for him. Klopp's a great manager. I am not going to sit here and criticise Klopp that way. He's a brilliant manager. He's just a little pissy bitch sometimes. And that's coming from someone who's also a little pissy bitch. My wife would attest to that. So I'm not a very good loser either sometimes. So I understand that, but I would never be rude to anyone if you lost. I don't really agree with that personally. So, this City side today, this is obviously a big chance to go 3 points clear. It's a huge chance. There's absolutely no denying this season. Look, this season, this game, it doesn't come down to this game, of course, but the momentum of this season right now, there's a lot on today. There's a lot on this 90 minutes against Newcastle. There's no real avoiding that, unfortunately. And everyone is currently watching this Manchester City side, waiting to see which way it goes. The scales are balanced right there after that Real Madrid game, and people are expecting City to either bottle it or turn it back and go, nope, that was business. We failed, but crack on. Business was per usual. That is where we're going, and that's what's going to happen. So, things being said, what do I reckon? People asking my prediction. I think City are going to win today. I mean, obviously, this is my gut instinct and my emotion, but also my logic, mainly because I don't think there's any way that the City players aren't intensely up for it. And I do weirdly think today, this is going to be a day for the fans as well. Like, not weirdly, I guess. I think the City fans are going to be absolutely up for it. I think the atmosphere is going to be rocking. It's a nice day today in Manchester. It's going to be a good weather, about 18 degrees. It's going to be lovely. It's going to be lovely. So I really think the fans will be up for it. I think the atmosphere will be really good, and I think City will come out aggressive. I'm going to go, hopefully, for a confident 3-0 win. I'm going to go Man City 3, Newcastle 0. I could be wrong. I could be wildly wrong. We could bottle it. It could be tense. He could be nervous, but I'm not expecting it. So when I still drink in the stadium, no, I'm not a big drinker, Andy, actually. Andy loves bacon. I don't. Also, the wife can't drink, don't forget, because she's pregnant. So, no, I'm not a big drinker. And it's also, never have been. So, not really. But yeah, I can't wait. So it's going to be a load of fun today. Fingers crossed we can capitalise on Liverpool's mistakes. Do I think Arsenal make top 4? Probably. Chelsea dropping more points, by the way. I mean, God, they are slipping, aren't they? Imagine if they just dropped out the top 4 altogether. If Arsenal win today, Arsenal playing today, right? They've got Leeds today at 2:00. If Arsenal win today, they're 1 point behind Chelsea all of a sudden. And at that point, I would actually probably tip them to get ahead. So we'll see. Legand! Legand, what? The super chat. Saying you got a Newcastle shirt for your birthday. How come, man? Happy birthday, by the way. I received a Newcastle shirt for my birthday yesterday, so I now have the feeling that I can't lose the game today. City Joggers, Newcastle shirt. Well, that is a weird mixture of worlds you got there. Hibs, Newcastle, City. Well, happy birthday to you, man. And I'm hoping it's City, and I'm hoping it's absolutely City and the Jaggers come through there, mate. Thank you so much for the super chat again. That is a combination and a half. Combination and a half. Big love to you, pal. Happy birthday as well, if it was your birthday today. I hope you have a lovely day, man. I hope you have a City lovely day. We can all laugh at United, by the way, of course, as well. Man United, Todd, Man United yesterday. They are a reminder that everything that, City fans think they are, some City fans think they are after going out against Real Madrid. Yesterday, Lagan, happy birthday yesterday, pal. Well, we're not. They are much worse, and they will always be much worse. Not always, but right now, definitely United are a shambles, and we lost to Real Madrid and Benzema at the Bernabeu. They just got beat 4-0 by Brighton. So they are the levels here we're talking about, United heritage. You know what? United have got an incredible history built around a couple of managers, literally. They've always been pretty average around, unless they've hired about 3 great managers in their lifetime who won leagues for them. Other than that, man, Ferguson and Busby built that club, and they're very, very lucky. They're very, very lucky. Did well to hire them, of course, but that's just how it is. What is everyone's predictions, by the way? Let me know your predicted 11 and your predictions, and I'll read a few out. I am remarkably calm today, actually. Jay reckons Edison's getting an assist today. That's bold. Anthony reckons 4-0 City. It did take a little bit of time, yeah. Buster Gina says 3-0. Sandesh says 2-0 City. Tie Fighter says 4-0. Yeah, 4-0 United had their arses handed. They did indeed, David, and I absolutely love it, man. Mahrez goal and assist 2-0. Mahrez today needs to get back onto it, actually, a little bit. Sadiq's going City 7-0. I like it. Lagan's going for 3-2 City, but Newcastle to miss a penalty. I could not deal with that, man. United fans laughing at City exit Champions League and they lose 4-0. Yeah, that's the leveler, isn't it? That's absolutely the leveler. We live in City's head rent-free. It's called football rivalry, Steve H. That's how it works, man. Like, it's almost like a guy who lives in Manchester thinks about his other Manchester rivals. It's just, that's called football. That's literally how it is. Well, you deleted your watch log. We still clipped you up on TikTok, though. Ha, well done. Good for you. Well done. I'm sure you're all very happy over there on TikTok. Well done. I'm sure you got some good content out of me. I think it'll be 3-1, says Thomas. What do you make of Bristol Rovers 7-0 win for Ocean Dolphins? Did they actually do that? That's the first time I've heard that. That's incredible. Was that on the last day of the season? Sorry. Or did I delete? No, I unlisted the watch-along against Real Madrid. Not because of me, because about 3 or 4 things that happened that I didn't really think should be clipped up. Like, my wife was in it showing her baby bump, and I thought it'd be a bit weird if people start taking the piss out of that. I didn't really enjoy that, Also, I had City fans on the start who rang in to have a chat to me, and they're not content creators, they're just City fans who wanted to have a chat to me about the game, and I didn't think it'd be fair if they got memed and took the piss out of as well, so that's why I unlisted it, because they're good people, and I didn't think they deserved that. I can take it, I'm thick-skinned, but, yeah, I feel like there's an element of responsibility to protect those people who call in all that kind of stuff, so I unlisted the watch-along. So that's it. I mean, people wanted to come over there and take the piss out of people, and the internet's very brutal. And I can take it, but I don't think it's fair that people who rang in to talk to me would get absolutely ripped the piss off of. And then they would never want to ring in again and have a chat. And I didn't want to do that to them, man. I like it when I chat to City fans. I don't want them to be bullied on the internet. You know what I mean? And then never want to ring in again. To me, that seems a shame. So we'll see. Anyway. Let's focus on Newcastle, indeed. Quite a few 4-0. A lot of people going for 4-0. I reckon I'm going for 3-0 today. No way I'm shot this. Arrogant Steve thinks God must conform to his City once, lead live. Pain in his eyes, the anguish. I love how the next quote is, I'm a humble guy. And like the idea that I am arrogant of all the things I've ever done. Like, I mean, you could rarely meet a less arrogant person than me. It's funny. Thinks God must conform to his City once. Like, what have I ever said to that, man? Like, I am pretty much like dead respectful about pretty much every opponent that Man City ever play. What are you on about, Graham? Yeah, I deleted a live to protect City fans. I didn't want getting bullied on the internet. What a bad person. How arrogant. How humble am I? Fucking knob. 6-1 says Christian. Announce Erling now. I mean, I wish I could announce Erling, but I haven't got Erling to announce, unfortunately, guys. Be honest, would I take Pogba? Probably. just for a laugh. I mean, he's not the guy I want. He's honestly not the guy I want at City, personally. I'd rather like Frankie de Jong, who we've been linked to. I do miss his dynamism. I not miss his dynamism. Sorry, I don't think Pogba is that dynamic. And I think there's a bit of a risk there, and he could be a little bit slow on the ball and all this kind of stuff. I don't know. But he's a very good player. At the same time, there's the fact that Pogba could be great if Guardiola gets him working hard and gets him focused and gets him humble in terms of the team shape and commitment. The only thing that bugs me is that a lot of not Spurs fans, United fans that I trust, don't like the fact that he jogs about a lot, and he does. I mean, the thing is as well, I was could be like Yaya. I don't think he's quite that similar to Yaya. But the thing for me is that, look, Yaya also didn't work that hard. Like, Yaya wouldn't have been playing that much in this Manchester City side because he jogged about. So he does actually jog a little bit for France. That's the thing. He sits deep for France. Like, my problem with Pogba for France is not that he isn't good. He's very good for them. Is that people, I think, overestimate the importance of how good international football is. I think international football is crap. I'm sorry. And I don't mean in entertainment value. I mean in terms of quality. I think international football is open. It's loose. There is loads of space. Teams have no structure because they don't get to train together very often. And largely, you get a lot of time on the ball. And it's not very high intensity. That's my problem with international football. So essentially, most international football games, they kind of play like a friendly. They play like a really slow friendly. And I think Pogba looks great when you've got loads of time on the ball to sit there and play passes and all this kind of stuff. And don't get me wrong, he's immensely talented as a footballer. But I just don't really like international football that much as a barometer. I sort of play a little ditty on Kalimba. Yeah, that's a Kalimba over there. Someone noticed the Kalimba. Just for that alone, the fact that someone noticed that, Kev Richardson, that's been in the videos for ages. I'll do it. Kalimba! I heard that years ago. My mum brought it back from holiday. There you go, Kalimba. Well noticed, whoever that was. First time anyone mentioned the back of the video. But yeah, that is my feeling about Pogba. Great player, but I think we overestimate just how good international football is. But at the same time, the idea of him coming to Manchester City, doing really well, it would be hilarious. They signed him for 90 million, their old academy player, leaving on a free, winning the Premier League title, maybe the Champions League with Man City. Imagine the fume. I kind of like the idea of it, and I actually don't think he's a bad person. He gets a lot of hate. I think he's relatively harmless. Pogba. He annoys me. He used to annoy me a little bit years ago with the dabbing and all that kind of stuff. But I've grown out of that. He's a young man. He was having fun. Didn't really bother me too much. And I think ultimately, he's done well for France, and I respect that. He's done really well. I think the level's a bit lower than Premier League football for France, but it'll be interesting to see how it goes, wouldn't it? Guys, thank you for watching this. I am going to get ready to head out because I am going to the game today, so there'll be no watch along, but I'll be there. I'm going there with the wife to watch the game, and we've got to head out early because our car's broken down, annoyingly, so we have to get all the way from Ramy to there, which is a fucking hell of a trek. Trust me, it's like an hour bus and 40-minute walk, so it's going to take ages. For now, though, have a wonderful day. Love you all loads. Come on, City. Go watch my giddy reaction last night, of course, if you want to the game. Come on, City. Come on, you Blues. It'll be good fun. I cannot wait for the game. It's going to be good. Come on, City. Don't let me down today. Like, comment, subscribe, all the usual stuff. Big love. You're all absolutely awesome. Bye-bye.